Hi everyone, today we're going to practice calculating the area under a curve using Riemann summation. Okay, so how to find this function? So this function is just saying that it's a parabola, which looks something like this, and we want to find the area under this parabola, which is we would use rectangles for that, which is already small rectangles. And our rectangles, which is n numbers of rectangles, would approach to infinity because we want the smallest amount of rectangles to give us the most accurate value of the area under this curve. So we would use different equations, and one of the first equations that I would use is delta x, which is just saying the width of this rectangle, of every rectangle, which would be the same, and times by the height, which is fxn, and just as the number of rectangles. So delta x equals b minus a divided by n. A in this case is 0, get rid of a, b is 1, so it will be 1 over n. And then for the height, I would use f of xn. But first I want to find the xn. I would use the right endpoint, I guess it's called, yeah, right endpoint, which would be xn equal a plus I delta x. A is 0 as I said, and I, and delta x, which is 1 over n, was just same as saying I n. And because it's f of x, which means that it will be inside of this function, which would be I squared n squared. Okay, so we want to find the area of this curve, and we would do width times height, which is just saying as this times this, because this is the width and this is the height. And we would use this and y equal 1 f of x n times delta x, which would give us a value of summation of n I equal 1 I squared 1 over n. I would get rid of this 1 over n because it doesn't mean anything for me right now. So 1 over n squared, summation of I squared divided by n squared. I will get rid of n squared because this is the same as saying I squared times 1 n squared. So we get rid of this 1 n squared on this side, 1 squared, which would give me 1 over 3 summation of I squared. And I squared equals n plus 1 to n plus 1 and divided by 6. So this is what I squared. So I can replace this for I squared. It would be n cubed summation n plus 1 to n plus 1 and divided by 6. I want to get this back so I can divide by by n and get rid of n because I want to find the I. So I would distribute this, which I guess would give me 2n cubed plus 3n plus n. So it will be 2n cubed plus 3n plus n divided by 6, summation of 1 over n cube, and I will get this one and 1 over n cubed inside of this summation. So it will be 2n cubed plus 3n plus n divided by 6n cubed. I will divide by the largest coefficient because it equals lim. N is infinity, approach to infinity. Summation n I equal 1. Divide by n cubed, n cubed, n cubed, n cubed, and which I will get 2 over 6, and 2 over 6 would give us 1 over. So this is the answer, 1 over 2. Well, first we would use delta x equals b minus a divided by n. A is 0, easy. B is 1, so 1 over n for delta x. So delta x would give us 1 over n. And xn, which is, we would use the right endpoint, a n I delta x. A is 0, so delta x is 1 over n, and times I would give us I over n. So xn equals I over n. And f of xn would give us 3I over n squared, which is just saying yes, 3I squared divided by n squared, and then we will times by 3, which would be I squared divided by n squared. And putting that in this equation, which is limit n approaches to infinity, summation ni equals 1, f of xn times delta xn. Putting what we found in there, because we found f of xn and we found delta x, so which would give us, I'll just use this portion, I won't really like this because it's a lot, so it will be 3I squared divided by n squared times 1 over n summation. I will get this 1 over n in this part of the equation because I want to find for I n squared, and I will get rid of this also. So it will be 1 over n times 3n squared summation I squared. And I will, simplify this, which will give me this I n squared. And we know summation of I squared, which gives us n plus 1 to n plus 1 divided by 6. So we will just substitute this for that, which is 3n cubed summation n plus 1 to n plus 1 divided by 6. And I will simplify this, which would give me an answer of 2n cubed plus 2n plus n divided by 6. And I will bring this in, so it will be n cubed times 3 in here for all of those terms. So I will times by 3 first, it's better, so I don't confuse myself. This will be 6n cubed plus 6n plus 3n divided by 6n cubed. I will divide by the biggest common factor because we have n approaches to infinity. Dividing that, and this will give us 0, this will give us 0. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. So this is the answer, 1.